Hey, thanks for coming back. Now, so many families are finding themselves living on just one salary due to all the changes going on. Well, we're taking you back into the past where I was dark-haired, but for some very pertinent advice from an expert. I love funding your future days because I get to get advice from Dave from Cyprus Credit Union. You are such a financial guru. Thank you for sharing your wisdom.
Thanks for having me.
And today is an important topic because a lot of people are going down to one income, whether it's divorce or staying at home like I did, but to be a mom for a few years. You have some tips of things that we need to kind of consider before we take that step.
And
where do we start?
You know, I think that the whole concept of going to one income, I think a lot of times people do think of it as divorce or being a stay-at-home parent. But it can also be for other reasons where you might need it in order to achieve your dreams. Let's say you have one parent who's wanting to go back to school in order to move to a higher level in their careers or achieve that goal. So that would require going to one income. Or you may have one person who wants to start a company. Maybe you have a dream of a big business and you have your vision and you need to start grassroots with building it and getting things going. So you'd have to quit your job and really budget down to one income initially as well. So
it can be an exciting thing too.
Absolutely.
New beginnings, of course.
You just want to make sure you're prepared. And I think that first thing comes with really doing your homework, knowing what are your monthly expenses, how much do you need to cover it, what lifestyle changes might you need to make in order to live on one income. You might not be able to go out to eat as much. You might have to find more creative ways to do date nights and do entertainment. So.
Oh yeah, you get really creative when you're on one income.
Absolutely, yes.
Like, I guess I'll do all this myself. But anything really can be solved with a budget, don't you think? It's funny how often we go through life just like ignoring the finances and hoping we don't get into the negative. But when we sit down and budget, things can work out for us.
Yeah, I think that it feels like something that you're always talking about. It seems like it's that silver bullet a lot of times with financial situations is setting up that budget, because if you set it up and you stick to it, budgets aren't restrictive, they enable you. And if your vision and your dream is to, whether it's again, stay at home, go to school, whatever your vision is, and you need to go that one income, that budget is going to help you achieve that vision.
That's
Budgets
so true.
enable. Budgets are so enabling.
Yes, and you know where you stand.
Yeah.
You can always check in with it.
And you know where you need to move stuff around. You might sit down and say, okay, we need to cut out going to the movies for dates because we need this much for groceries. But as you're looking at your budget, you might find, hey, we only needed, we have $50 left over that we didn't need for groceries.
Yes.
Let's go to the movies, right?
Yes.
We budgeted, we hit our budget goals, we hit our savings goals, our grocery goals, our bills goals. Now we have a little bit of that play money, and you wouldn't know that if you didn't have a budget.
That's so true. It's so empowering once you get in that habit of making a budget, looking at your bank statements and seeing what you actually spend. So do you advise talking to an expert before you do something like this?
Yes, we come on and give these tips, but it's always best to talk to experts. There's things like how would going to one income affect your taxes. It's probably a great time to sit down with a tax expert because they'll let you know, is this going to affect any deductions you might have? Maybe you're going to get more deductions. Maybe you might need to put a little less to the side of each paycheck, which means more money every month to month. So again, I don't have the ability to give that advice, but sitting down with somebody is a great way to give it to get that advice. Also, financial experts, so somebody who does wealth management, they can help you see how one income could affect your retirement goals, and do you need to make adjustments to your retirement deposits as well?
You still probably should be saving for retirement,
absolutely.
And that can get hard if you don't have a budget. So. Budget. And
meet with specialists.
Lastly, the benefits of going to one budget or one income can be good.
Yes, it definitely has its perks. The average American spends about $10,000 a year on childcare.
Oh my gosh, I believe it.
Yeah, if both parents are working.
It's like a second mortgage.
Yeah, it's very expensive. So when you're doing that budget or when you're sitting at it, realize once somebody's a stay-at-home parent, they're going to be able to take care of the child as well. So now you've freed up to $10,000, which is really great.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's also the benefits. We go out to eat a lot at work. You get together with the people you're working with, go grab a bite to eat. it's a lot cheaper if you're eating at home. So there's
Yes.
those other savings that jump in as well. You're not traveling as much, so you're saving money on gas from the commute. So
Yeah.
identifying those areas and really seeing how being a stay-at-home parent is also going to make you money as well.
That's amazing. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Dave. I love it. Now, everybody, enjoy their blog tips on their blog and stay tuned for another week when we get with Dave again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.